What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel here. Got another 8-ball match for you. This one's going to be Ron versus Tim. We got a 5 versus a 5. So in this league, that means they play to their skill level, -1, pretty much. So they'll both be racing to 4, as you can see here on the bottom. Ron's breaking. Now, Ron's on my team, but these guys have played before. Right in the sink. Come on, man. Come on, Ron. He's been working on the second ball break. In the last match I played with him, he did pretty well with the second ball break. That one, we're going to call that a misfire. But we'll pay attention as we go here if he gets another chance to break. Winner breaks in this format, so he's going to need to win a rack to get back in there. Like I said, this is Ron versus Tim. This is Tim now. He's got ball in hand in the kitchen, and these rolls off the break. So, these guys have played before. If you guys are new here and haven't seen that match, it was pretty good. At the time, I got a lot of engagement on the channel. A lot of people liked that match. It was interesting. They had some ups and downs. I don't think they played their best game, but it was still an interesting match to watch. Let's see how this one shakes out. Looks like Tim's going to take solids. Looks like Tim was going to try and take solids. All right, Ruski. Now, I will say I like Tim. Tim's a good guy. In the last match, he had a little trouble. There was a double hit that came into question that, a lot of people had chimed in on, as well as just kind of bumping the balls a little bit. In this league, it's only cue ball fouls, not all ball fouls. So what that means is you have to make an, like if you bump the cue ball, it's a foul. But if you bump, oh, come on, Ron. Man, these guys are just warming up. What is going on here? I should have skipped through the warm-ups. You guys ready to play? Come on, man. We came to watch some pool. He bumped a couple balls. We'll see if it happens this time. Is he gonna finally take solids? There we go. Hit that a little firm. I don't know if he was trying to break some stuff up there. If he did, he did not put enough topspin on that. Topspin would have straightened the angle out so that it bumped into some stuff, but he didn't really need to. Maybe the 4-ball. Now he's kicking. Little kick and wing. Going for the 3-ball, it looks like, yep. Oh, look at this. Broke a lot of stuff out. Now all Ron has to worry about is his 9-ball. And, making those straight in balls on the side. I'm just messing with you. Now, Ron's going to be coming to Masters with me. He's a skill level 5 and 8-ball, so we're going to hope he doesn't get eaten alive in the Masters in Vegas. So he did very well in our Masters tournament in town. Probably shot some of the best pool of his life at the time. Personally, I think he's shooting better now. I always ask for you guys to weigh in on how you think he's progressing. Let's see how he does in this match. Now, as far as his game goes and why I am bullish on the Ruski here, not because of shots like that. That was trash, and he knows it. But he's working the cue ball, right? And he's getting better and better at working the cue ball and trying to make the right decisions. In that case, it was fine to follow that ball, but he just didn't have the pace down. And he's only been playing for about 1.5 years, I'd say. So I'm trying to teach him to play. Gosh, that was just off. Those kind of errors, they don't bother me as much because that's something that comes with experience, just becoming a better potter and getting the consistency down. But it's knowing how to play like a higher level player, which is what I always work with him and other players on my team. So a lot of people like to not believe in the Ruski and believe in the Rooster and Ron because he makes silly errors like that, and that's fine. But it's his understanding of the game and the runouts and how to work the cue ball that makes me bullish on him, and I think he's going to get there, and we're going to kind of watch it happen on this channel, I think. Tim went for the 6-ball there. Looks like he was a little torn. As far as this goes, a little bit of trouble up here, right? The 4-ball. If the 2-ball goes, it gets you to this 4-ball. This is a close hit. This is close. He's going to push through it. Is he going to push through it? No double hit. I don't know about that. Oftentimes the cue ball flies and you can definitely call that a double hit. In that case, so close without jacking up. When you're that close, you have to jack up. You have to jack up, or unless you have reflexes of steel, you know. I don't know, but without watching it, having a watch on it, a non-biased person watch the shot, there's not much we can say or do. So water under the bridge. Let's cut this 10 ball. Oh, okay, little carom action, little billiard. So far, we're hanging out in amateur hour here. Let's see if we can get some balls down, guys. How you guys been shooting? I'll tell you, as of right now, I'm uploading my last video, so I got no feedback on that from you guys yet, if there is any. Look at this shot. Man, I thought he was gonna make that. So, nice little two-way shot there from Tim. I feel like he did control the cue ball specifically to try and hook Ron here. So Ron's hooked. And we're gonna see if he can get a hit down here. I'm not the best at kicking, and I feel like I do my team a disservice because I teach them to kick like me. Hey, look at that, he got a good hit. So I feel like my team is not the strongest at kicking. Not to put them, you know, force them on my sinking ship of a kicking boat, but I take personal responsibility for that a lot of the time. It's something I got to work on. So this 2-ball, 5-ball, he's got some trouble here, man. Let's see what he does. Got a stroke out of this. That was a nice stroke. It looked like he was putting inside on it, but the cue ball did not do that, so I guess not. Unfortunately, he ran a little long on this. I'm sure he would have liked to not been this sharp on the 4-ball. Tim gets crazy close to the cue ball with his cue stick. It makes me nervous when I'm watching him play, if I'm being honest, but oh man. Good thing that 7-ball was there because he missed the cut on the 4. Show Ron something. Let's see if this 9-ball goes. I don't think it goes right now, but maybe there's a window there to get there, or either that or we got to break it. And if you're gonna break it, if you can see this 10-ball, you could do it right now. And why I like doing now, if you can see the 10-ball, why I like doing it now is because of the 13 and the 12. Pretty much gonna have shape on one of those anywhere on the whole damn table if you don't touch them. I promise, guys, I swear they shoot better than this. I don't remember this first rec. You guys got the jitters or what here, man? That's all right. You know, there's still trouble, so it's not the end of the world. Is it entertaining to watch? For me. Probably not for Ron or Tim. But there's still a little trouble to get out here, right? So that's not the end of the world that Ron, you know, gave up ball in hand. Same thing with Tim missing. Not the end of the world. Don't hook yourself behind the 9. Yeah. I don't like that decision with ball in hand, right? I'm assuming, you could say he was assuming to set up for the 4 to break the 5 right now, but you better do it well. If that's the case, he well ran out of this. You needed to be on a whole other side of the 4 ball to break the 5. So if that was the case, it was very poor execution, not to rag on Tim. But for me, I don't put myself in that position to have that opportunity to suck and make an error like that. I just break it out with ball in hand and make sure my shape's perfect. A lot of people like to take 1 ball first and then break it out, and ends up being trouble. That was a nice little breakout, though he would not have had a shot. All right, Ron. Let's see what you can do here, man. It looks like this 9 ball goes once you move the 10, and you got to move the 10 right now. Let's see it. The main lights in this room come from over the pool tables, and it's kind of cool. It gives like a blue backlight on the players. It's a little cinematic. So here you've got options either way. Okay, so he definitely obviously hit that hard enough. He did not want the 13, which is fine. And here again, if this 9 ball goes, you got to wonder, is now the time to do it? Just because the way the 10 and the 13 sit, you can't misshape, basically. I don't know, though. That's a thin cut, and you're throwing away the game if you miss it. Now, I want you guys to hang on. At the end of this rack, I'm pulling the audience to ask what you think about a maneuver made. If it's dirty, if it's clean, if it's legal. Oh, you wanted to break the 9 there. Now you're kind of in a position. I think I would have tried to just draw back in the last shot to get on the 9. Because I think it goes. Unless it doesn't, then I'm missing something. Then you got to break something. Now he does have a pretty big window for a safe here. Again, only safe off the 9 if the 9 doesn't go. If the 9 goes, then you kind of want to leave it because it's better off for you. The 9 goes all day, baby. Oh no, he accidentally put left spin on it. Maybe the left spin helped throw the 9 ball in, but if that's the case, look, if he'd have hit that same shot with straight or a little right even, he might have had a shot at his 13. And now he's kicking. And I told you. Oh, what is this? He's counting diamonds? I definitely didn't teach him how to count diamonds. Let's see if it helped him out. He's doing some homework. He's doing some homework away from me, that's for sure. Let's see it. I don't remember how this shakes out. Oh, there we go. See that? I'm teaching these guys all wrong now. Unfortunately, he hit that a little firm. It's always hard to judge the kick because you don't know, especially when they're on the rail like that, you don't know if you're going to hit it first and kind of full or if you're going to come off the rail and hit it really thin and send the whitey. Oh, man. Well, hopefully you don't leave him an out. That's all I can say here. Taking his time. Bank it back. Or 2 rail. I think bank it back, yeah. The 2 rail's not really there, I don't think. It's a little crazy. Not a bad attempt. The spin transferred enough there to bring it back some, but pretty good chance Tim's out. They were both just playing possum, missing balls just to not break everything out. That was a nice shot, Tim. Let's see if he can draw here. I think you should draw. Yeah, you kind of stun with some outside. That works too. You don't have to draw. Draw and again, bring you close to the side pocket. That was a good call. I'm not saying you had to draw, but in my last video, I did mention I was playing Aaron, and there was a couple times that his draw did not fire, and I did not see him draw a ton. And I was just saying how I think there's a lot of players in my league, 5, 6s, and at least a 7 that could. Nice shot. And he's out. But look at this. Ron didn't like that. Cue ball's moving. Cue ball's moving, man. Cue ball's moving. He grabbed it. Now, us watching this from a camera perspective. Oh, Tim makes the 9. That's not a win in this game. From this perspective, still point, we're kind of focused. I think it's fair to say that cue ball was not going to the side pocket. But out of principle, Ron said you should not touch the cue ball. And it bothered the rooster a little bit here, man. What do you guys think? What would you do in that case? If it's me, I guess I would just for some reason, people always want to grab the cue ball moving once they win. Like they want to solidify the win. He's taking the 5 ball, but he made the 9. Did he make a solid? No, he didn't. And as you know, my boy Ron's a rule follower. And let's see here. This is pretty open, man. This is pretty open. Solids here. The 4 and the 7 are the most clustered. Probably the ones you want to get rid of the most. And you could take the 4 and then the 7 right off the bat. I don't remember how he does this here. Okay. 4 and the 7. And this is what And this kind of thinking, it's not, he doesn't always make the right decisions, neither do I. And there's always more than one good decision. But this is the type of play that I'm talking about when he's playing the higher level game. Just because he's not perfect at it yet does not mean he's not worthy. And if you ask me, I think he'll be moving up to a 6 in the next by Vegas. If you guys see us in Vegas, ask him what skill level he is. Before or after that shot of tequila in between the matches. Let's see. So this is good. So now you get rid of the 6, and it's perfect. You took the balls all down here all kind of went together, and the balls all down there go together. So this is good. Now let's see. Can my boy draw out of this? Now I said I'm kind of been clowning a little bit that people can't draw in my league. Look at this. Perfect. Now which way do you do this? The red 3 or the blue 2 first? The blue 2, man, you could miss that. So I don't think you shoot it now. The 3 is almost a stop shot and get you straight on the 2, which is I'm pretty sure what he just looked at. So that's good. See if he can run this out, man. Yeah, he's looking at it again. Make sure the angle's right because you want the right angle. Now this is the moment, do or die, right? You got to make sure you set this up right. Perfect stop shot. Now this. You either roll forward or draw back. I don't try and get too straight on this if it's me. I want a little bit of an angle so I can come out to shoot this 8. That's a little straight. You can cheat the pocket though, I guess, and try and stun it out just to try and get straight on the 8. But since it's this straight, you got to hit it pretty hard. And all these kind of principles, you got to know as a 5-6 and got to understand that when, you're really straight, you got to hit it pretty hard to get it to stun out, right? He can cheat this pretty good, so there's a lot to take into play here. Plus, you need a good backspin. Bingo. Yeah, he cheated it pretty good, so he lost it a little bit. But can my boy going to Vegas finish it up? Let's see, let's see. This is the hardest shot he took this whole time. Everything's been dead straight pretty much because of good position play and pattern play. This is the hardest one. Let's go, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, man. We're back in this. Now I got the errors back up here again. First rack was a little dirty. Man, and again, Ron, misfire. Look at this. Two stripes. Another way I like to judge an 8-ball break is how many make it past the half court line. And in this case, none. Maybe 1 or 2, right? Because 1 did go down there. The 7 might be past it, but and something might have came down and come back, but not much. It's all, you're playing half court basketball right now, which is clustered. So it's not firing as well as it was the other day against SK in his last match, 2 matches ago. Could be the rack or the racker. 8-ball didn't move much either. Looks like Tim's going to go for this 10-ball, which is pretty good, right? Oh, he went with top. He went with top and kind of fired it there. There's no way you can try and control it with that much action unless you're just trying to break. That's how I break, man. Way too much action, way too much gusto. In that case, he got I don't want to say lucky. He got good on the 14. It's really hard to get on the 14 from that position just because of how close you are to it. So you're in a very tight portion of the pattern. Shaping that brown 15 or purple 12, whatever that is. I'd probably do that next, but do that, and then just come back for the 14 and try and get straight on the 14 to come up for the 11, because the 14 has to get you to the 11. You ain't gonna get it the other way around, I don't think. Oh. Well, if you break it now, you definitely ain't getting on it. So that 11 ball position was very tight, and the 14 was the key there to run that out. The 14 was key to get to that. Now there's very little hope. Unless you hit this with inside, so like left, and you try and like crash into it. But even then, I don't even think you can get enough left to come up there. You might hit the 2-3, the red 3 and the blue 2. But let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. Overcut it. Yeah, he wasn't gonna have shape anyway. But the Ruski will take ball in hand, right? All right, he did pretty well here. Let's look at the clusters. The red 3, blue 2, and the purple 4 and the orange 5 here on the right. 4 and the 5 is not terrible. I think he's looking to see if the 4 goes, and so he's switched his clusters. He was going to start there, but now he's going to go this way, and he's going to try and get this 2 ball. I don't think I like that, because this is a hard shot. No, obviously I don't like it. The Hawaiian shirt shows up. The Hawaiian shirt shows up. So I think what I'm saying is the 2 ball is going to go. Let's just take the 3 ball out of the way, because the 3 ball is still going to be trouble after you make the 2. You could shape them both. But the 2 ball goes definitely in the bottom right. It might go in the bottom left even too, but I say take the 3, because of what I don't want to see is him to shoot that 2 in the side and miss it. That's a tough shot. This is a lot more doable. And my timeout didn't jinx him, believe it or not. Pretty sure I said just come down to roll forward on this, to come down for the 7 to keep running. You have the 1 if you came up a little shorter than that, which I think would be a better call, and then head over to the 4-5, but this is okay too. This, you got to know how to stun down to the short rail. So, bad decision there. This is that shot me and him have actually already talked about. We talked about it before too, and we did some practice on it. But that shot we already looked at, and a couple options you had to do with that. But you needed to stun straight down. He put too much draw on it. You know, he's got that Z shaft, man. It's hard to control the draw on that thing once you know how to use it. See if you can make this 5 ball. Oh, he does. Nice. Look at this. Nice shot. Ugh. It's getting dicey. Okay, so now this 6 ball is the next shot, but you got to find a way to get off this rail, right? Because the 4 does not go. You can try and shoot the 1 in the top right from about the 6 ball position, but that's so far away. You have a little bit of an angle. You got to stroke the shit out of this to get out of it. Bunch of draw or top spin, and in this case, I usually use like top spin right. So once you hit that long rail over there, you kind of kick out towards the 8 ball to kind of get center table again. But we'll see what he does here. Okay, so he just kind of held it there. And I think that was his intention. That wasn't a misfire. If he wants to draw, he'll draw, as you can see in that 7 ball shot kind of messed him up. So now he's just going to take the 1. The 8 ball will stop him and leave him the 2 ball if he makes this. And the 11 ball's tight. Look at this, nice shot. Just got to make this 2, man. Don't get distracted by that purple 4 right in your face. Let's go, man. Run it back again. Run it back again. Let's go. I'm not very good at judging where the ball is going to go off of this. And it's hard to see from this angle how good you're going to hit that 4 ball. If you hit it pretty good, it's going to come up towards the short rail off the 11, but... Oh, he got distracted. He got distracted because he was staring at how he's going to hit that 4 ball. I bet any money. I do, because that's the kind of errors I make, you know, and how I see it sometimes. But he didn't leave Tim much. which is good. And in his defense, he was really trying to shape the 4. That's why he missed it. And he did shape the 4. He would have got out right here. But you got to make the ball. Shame. Shame. So I do count slop. I don't know if I counted that one when I did the counts on this. When I do the error counts and all that, I added slop in there just for the sake of not to shame anyone or anything like that. Don't make that ball. Oh no. Ugh. Dang. Just to wrap up what I was saying, I did add slop on there just because a lot of people say like APA's trash because you play slop. Well, there's plenty of leagues that play slop. 9-ball, you always play slop, right? It happens. And even when you see the pros play 9-ball, it happens so rarely, right? The flukes, you call it a fluke when it goes in like that. It happens so rarely that oftentimes, unless you're playing at such a high level that you're only making an error a game, then it really does weigh in a lot and it kind of sucks. But that's the rule set, man. And I just do that to show you that it doesn't happen that often. So we'll look at the end to see how many times it happens in this match. For now, he's kicking off this long rail, 1 rail, which I don't like. It's hard to do, but you're only hidden by about 1/4 of a ball. And right after this shot, man, I said, you got to learn how to swerve. It's really easy, man. You guys in the comments, come on. Yeah, that's a hard, and you just left the game, unfortunately. Swerving is not as hard as it looks. If any of you guys know how to swerve, drop in the comments any tips and tricks you have to it, and I'll let him know how easy it is. So Rob's coming up to the table. You guys know Robbie's been on my channel plenty of times, and he's trying to let Tim know not to complicate this. And yeah, you wanted to look at the line. I don't feel like you looked at the line on the 8-ball, right? You want to look at the line to find the easiest way to get on the 8. And he did leave himself a little bit of an angle there, but it should be just fine. And it wasn't just fine. Unfortunate. I feel like it's kind of funny, man. You guys check this out. I just feel like Rob comes to the table and does offer what I would consider good advice, at least from what I remember in this match. Tim finds a way to, like, whatever happens, it always goes wrong. And I was joking with maybe one of their teammates or one of mine or something like that, and I was saying, is he doing this just to spite Rob? It's just a little like funny side commentary that I thought was funny. Yeah, I had to clutch up and make a long ball, man. What are you gonna do? It was a bonus shot, man. He should have been out in the first place. You just call that a bonus shot, whatever. Try not to let it get to you. It's huge to go in. You got to capitalize on those moments, but Tim with the little stab shot. All right, man, he's up 2-1. Let's see how his second ball break goes. Let's look how the rack reacts. A lot better. Maybe Ron's better at racking. I don't know. Just kidding. All right. Tim, what'd you make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. A solid. Kind of sucks because he does not have a great starter ball in the solids. You almost think should you go rail first on this 1 ball to give yourself a shot, or combo the 1, but when the ball's off center in the center of the pocket like that, if it's off center, makes the combo a little easier to miss. That is what he's going to go for here. Let's see. Maybe I'm making it up. Let's see. No. The bank was maybe good. Nah, maybe not. Just locked up the 14 ball. All right, Ruski. If the 9 does not go in the side, in that left side right now, then it's kind of trouble, and you could move it right now. It's kind of dangerous because you might get stuck, but got to shoot this orange 13. And it would go that direction. Let's see what he does. He might try and control it and stun over for the 12, because the 12, you need to get on the 12 too. Yeah, exactly. He got a little spicy on it. A little spicy on it. Last time he did a stun shot like that was on the 1 ball to get on the 8 in that second rack that he ran back and hit it too hard. So, you know, he's just dialing in a little bit. Let's see, try not to touch the 5-1. Well, if you bump the 1 in, I don't think it's the end of the world. It'd probably help you out. All right, that's good. That's good if the 9 ball goes. By the wipe of his face, I'm going to say the 9 ball does not go. Based on that. What do you do here then? Bank the 9. Hear me out. Bank the 9 towards the 1 and try and get up. You don't. I do not like kicking that. I was just going to say to bank the 9 towards the 1, and then the cue ball comes up here and hopefully gets up to your stripes. And it leaves him fairly safe. It leaves him long. It leaves him out of the way of everything. But hindsight. This is good. This is good. For this position, man, you don't always have to, but when I'm shooting these balls, typically, because I'm a mid-range player, I just draw back. I should draw off the 7 to draw for the 2. But again, the draw just doesn't fire, man. I'm telling you. And it's most likely a stroke issue, and it's tough to make changes like that when you've been playing for as long as Tim has. It's tough to make big changes like that. So when I see Ron stroking the ball correctly and getting the spin he needs and seeing the patterns, it's huge. You know what I mean? He's on the right path. He has the right tools. They're just not sharp yet. We're going to watch that unfold on this channel, I think. I might be, you know, like retired by the time he moves up to a 6 or 7, but just kidding. We'll get there. Nice shot, Tim. Barely skated through. Shoot that 6. Get it out of our way. Okay, this is thin. This is thin. If you're holding it for the 5, you better hit this really soft. That's thinner than it looks, unless you really hit it full and cheat it a little bit. Exactly. Exactly. You got to hit that so thin or cheat the hell out of it and make it as straight as possible so the cue ball doesn't come out. And now he's hooked himself on both of his last balls. Or just not shape the 5, you know, specifically come up to get somewhere else. Because when you got a ball hanging in the pocket like that, you can do anything with it. It's a magical ball that I made a whole video on that I'll tag right here. You guys got to check that out. I go through every single skill level, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, as to how you can shoot that ball and the different things you can do to it. But for now, let's look at this 6 ball. You can see it, I think. Gonna be close. What are you gonna do, draw or follow to miss the side pocket? Probably draw. Oh man, that was kind of weird. His cue came up. That was a classic. You can't stand up while you're shooting. You gotta stay down. Cue goes forward, and nothing moves until that ball drops. Because goofy stuff will happen, man, like that. That was a classic example. But you know what? I do it too, and it comes up in moments where I'm shooting shots I'm uncomfortable with, you know, and you're overthinking it. And that definitely would have been one of them, right? I'm not blaming Tim hard. I'm just trying to identify things we can learn from here. This is okay. You had a choice. You had a choice there on which side of the 2-ball you wanted to land on. If you're up here, man, almost want to shoot the combo, but because when you cut this 10-ball, it's gonna be thin AF. That's thin as French toast at your aunt's house when she doesn't use the Texas toast. So this Whitey's gonna fly here. He did kind of drag it a little bit to try and help. He did something to try and help slow it down. In that case, what I do is I try and use distance to slow it down. So I try and keep it in the half court line up here and keep it really thin with a little inside and have it go back and forth so that it doesn't go down table, if that makes sense. That's what I would have done in that case, but you know. Oh, that's a tough shot. Nice shot, man. However, sacrifice the shape, which, you know, sometimes you got to do. Unless you're playing someone really freaking good and you can never make errors like this. In that case, you might have just shot yourself in the foot, but generally, sometimes you got to sacrifice shape, man. Bank this 11-ball. You could cut it and try and hide behind the 15, or at least leave it long and make the 2-ball awkward so he has to shoot the 6 all the way down table. See if he cuts this. If he does, this is my video on you got to send it, man. You got to go back and forth. You got to do something. If you hit this soft, you're just going to roll back and hide yourself behind the 2. So if you're going to hit this, you got to hit it firm. Okay, so he's going to save. He was probably trying to use a little right to get behind that 15. And in that case, you just need to hit that ball fuller, right? He hit it so thin, the cue ball came right back off the rail. You got to hit that ball fuller, which is nice too because it gets the 11 off the rail a little bit. Makes it a little easier the next time you get up to bat, if you do, because there's a good chance Tim's out. Oh, he hit that firm. Oh, he hit that really firm. Look, he hit it. He kind of sent it into a place that was bad for both positions. I mean, if he can see the 5, and if he was going for the 5, I mean, I guess that's okay. But I would have went for the 6, which means you just had to slow roll that in. You never wanted to cross the line on the 6. Okay, we're back to the same shot, man. Back to the same thing. And now at least the 6 and the 2 are weird, right? He has to combo if you leave him in a straight line on those. Now this time, is he gonna go for it and cut it in? I think he is. Gotta send it. He hit it too full. He lost a lot of momentum. I think if he would have made that, I think the cue ball comes back for the 15. I think that would have been all right. But now, Tim's sitting pretty. Tim is ready to get on the hill from here, man. Though he was ready to on that 2-ball. Can't miss that at the side. I rarely ever shoot shots hard in the side, except for that freaking last game, man. I punched one into the side and popped right back out off the titty. Excuse my French. No way. I like the 5 or the 2 before that. I like the 5. The 5 all day. Unless you're worried about getting shape on the 6, you're going to accidentally combo. Or the 2. The 2 then naturally shapes the 6. Interesting. 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 Maybe he was just worried about the safe action. Sometimes you get in that way. You get to a spot and you know, you don't like the shot that's given to you, and you just got a bad feeling about it, and you'd rather play a 2-way shot like this or play a hard shot. I feel like I remember this shot. I don't remember what happens, but I feel like I remember this shot. Guys, we are, as of right now, hot dog. We are like, I know this video probably won't come out for a week. Guys, I spend probably 10 hours after this moment when I do the commentary. I spend probably about 10 hours per video adding all the stuff I like to add and editing it and all the layers and all that sort of stuff. So this might not come out for like a week. But as of today, we are like 3 weeks out from Vegas. I'm excited, man. I am excited. Hope to see some of you guys there. Do not hesitate to grab me. Call me a dingus. Oh yeah, I said shoot that ball. Now there's a good timeout, right? Who knows what I was talking about? I probably said you're fine to shoot this. He was probably worried about shooting it, and I said you're fine because of how far that 11 ball was past the side pocket. But in true fashion, after my timeout, I usually leave the opponent the game. So you're welcome, Ron. That's a nice shot. Yeah, he's probably out. Gosh darn it, man. Welcome to my nightmare. For this, you got to go back and forth if you ask me, or else you're going to end up in no man's land on this 5 ball. I don't like slow rolling this, so I hit it with maybe a little bit of inside to straighten it out. Ooh, see that. That. No bueno. Kicking it? Oh, I thought I saw Rob stepping up. Oh, here he is. It's like Rob is probably like, dude, you are not kicking this ball right now. Now, granted, Tim is very good at banking and kicking. And look, Tim just wanted to bank it right now. And Rob's saying, dude, the 8 ball's huge where you're at right now. The 8 ball's huge right where the 5 ball is. So all you got to do is just touch the 5 to hide the 11 and put him on the 15. No, when you do this kind of shot, you want to try and find a way to not leave your last ball on that short rail down there, because it just makes it weird. It makes it so easy for him to get safe on you, or to leave it hard for you. So he's trying to say leave it right there's the window, however you want. Let's see if Tim, just go rogue, pound this thing, bank it in the bottom right. Just kidding. I think he needs a bridge. Maybe, maybe not. Yes. Where's that confounded bridge? Let's see here. Oh man. Makes me nervous. Oh man. A lot of these guys are bar players, and I don't think they use the bridge very often. I played on a 9-foot table for a while, so I'm one pocket. You need the bridge all the time. See how he executes this. See if he can get the 5 ball off the rail a little bit when he shoots this. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So that's good. So now you got the 5 ball out. It goes in several pockets. He might have left the 11. I don't think he did, though. I think he's got to shoot this 15. And I like the safe. I like the safe because the 11 is icing on the cake. Just this bottom left corner of the table is good. It makes that 5 ball very hard. The speed, and that's often a game winner, man. That's often a game winner. That was the downside to Rob's plan. That you were gonna leave the safe opportunity available. Oftentimes when you're playing in the amateur realm, when someone gets saved, they usually, I don't want to say usually, I guess, like lesser experienced players will try and fight out instead of safing back. And sometimes you forget that even though you safed and left them no shot, you might have left a good safe opportunity. Now he is letting everyone know that that sticker is right there and it's on the table. The one with the black circle and the white dot. It's right there. In case no one saw it, the sticker's there. That's where the rack goes. Okay. Let's see it, man. Oh, that's 8-ball. That's 8-ball first. I will put a replay up there. I'll put a replay up here. It's probably replaying right now. Okay, yeah, 8-ball first. Cool. All right. How do you guys run this out? Okay. Again, by playing Hill, me and Ron have gotten pretty good at simple runouts like this, man. Don't watch my last video. I messed up these simple runouts constantly. No, but so again, decide which side of the 15 ball do you want to get on. Do you want to come down and stun all the way down? Because you can't, it's going to be hard to use the rail to stay on the right side of the table. Or do you just want to stop shot it and stay on that side of the 15? And that way you just one rail off the short rail and back. Okay, he went with this way. This is definitely the better route. And either one might be whatever you're better at, right? Whatever you're more comfortable with. But having a plan and knowing how to execute the second ball to get to the third ball. Let's just see if he can execute, because I'd probably miss the ball right now or scratch. Come on, man. That's money. That's money. That's going to make it 2-2. That's going to make it a race to 2. Bingo. Race to 2, guys. So here's our stats up here, as you can see. And in this case, when it's all said and done, I'll take those errors. Oh, I missed the sloppy. That's not part of the equation at all. It's just something interesting that I think is interesting, because it's like, how many times did slop really come into play? But when it's all said and done, I'll take those errors per rack, and then we'll see where they're sitting. You know what I mean? How many errors per rack? All right. So he identified that the 15 ball's weird. Might not go in the bottom left. So from here, that 11 ball goes. If you want to shape it, which I think I would, you still have to worry about the 9. And if you get fairly straight on this 11, you might be able to bump the 9 afterwards. Though that might be a trap, but let's see what he does. Interesting. I don't like that, because he didn't do anything. He decided to go with nothing. Interesting. He just hit it. Wonder what he was thinking about that. The flick of the hair here, the head rub, tells me, shit, man, I don't think I thought about that. He'll let me know in a nasty text as soon as this video comes out. No, I'm just kidding. Now he's got to take some dirty shot. I know that was not part of his plan. Ugh. Ugh, look, he was trying to stroke it to come all the way back. It bit him. That went sideways off of that ball to get on the 11. All right, Timothy. Yeah, the shot's the 2. Oh, Laruski gets another crack at this. I'm going to assume he's not lucky enough to see that 13 ball, though. I'm going to guess he cannot see that 13. Yeah. Based on the cue stick bounce, I'm gonna say he can't see the 13. And the 11, I don't think it goes. Some kind of combo or something. Ah, what a weird, stupid situation to be stuck in. All right, I guess he's calling safe. Oh, I like that. That's a pretty good shot. Ideally, the point was, I believe, to take away the 2, right? So if you roll that way, that 2 goes anywhere, unless you specifically try to get behind the 13. That was a second level safety, if you ask me. Tim's cutting the 7. I have no idea what the plan is afterwards. The plan was to hit it very firm. Pray and spray. I said pray and spray. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, he moved the 11. Okay. In the spray portion there, he moved the 11. Which is becoming a little bit of his MO there. That was really close to try and do that kind of shot, but it looks like it paid off. He poked it and got out of there as fast as he could. I don't know if I like the 2-ball shot here, but you got to save something up here. The 3 and the 6 make it a little weird because the 6 does block one of the pockets for the 3. Yep, and you just lost it. That was an interesting choice. You want to save something up here as far as Tim's shots go, because the 8-ball wants to go on the right side. It told me, in case you're wondering why it wants to go there. I don't know why, but it did let me know that it would like to go there. Let's see. Nice shot there, a little bit of correction, and got down on the 1 pretty well. This is good. Come back up, go down to the short rail and back to put the 4 in the same pocket, or are you going to put the 4 in the side? Down and back. With some outside spin too. Fancy sauce. Tim, here you go. If he gets good on this. Looked like someone said something. He was down and just jumped up as though someone said something. All right. Come over and back, and you want to get as straight as you can on this 6-ball. Oh. Interesting. He put left spin on it and some draw or something and really opened it up. Never mind. I don't know what the plan was there. So, if I'm shooting this, I like the 13 and then the 9 down there. So control the 13 ball, control the cue ball up here off this orange stripe. Shoot the 9 down there to finish up. Because depending on which side you get on the 9, you should be okay to get back on the 11 when you're done. 9 now is fine as long as you make it. It's just kind of a hard shot for me anyway. There's a lot going on there. No, not a lot for the Ruski. Better show him this 13 ball. Did he hide the 13? You gotta look at his face. Well, the hand of disgust and the face rub tells us he lost the 13. Little risky there. And then looking at the 13 now, even if you would have got it, the 13 ball shape, what are we doing here? Man, someone teach this dude how to kick. That was incredibly off. And you gotta worry about hitting the backside of those balls because it's a long way before you get to a rail off the backside. So, oh man, that's gonna put Tim on the hill. Actually, this is a little bit of a puzzle. This is a little bit of a mid-range player puzzle here, right? Because, like I said before, now the 8-ball might go. The first thing he needs to do is identify if the 8-ball goes in this bottom right. Maybe he already did. And okay, Rob's coming to talk. Let's see. Okay, so the 8-ball must go on the bottom right. So that was what Rob was saying. So if the 8-ball goes in the bottom right, yes, the 4-ball is the ball to get you there. And the 6-ball shape is weird, man. If the 8-ball does not go in the bottom right, then you've got to get up here after the 6 or the 4, which means you have to play very good shot on the 4-ball to get good shape on the 6. It's a little bit of a tricky out here, but it goes. So now just stop shot, right? Just hold it right here. Oh. He just wanted to spite Rob, man. He made that so calm. Now he's shooting a ridiculously hard shot with the potential to scratch. What's he looking at here? He's looking at the 3 rail? That's not really on, dude. I don't know what he's looking at. Yeah, now you just got to go back and forth and hope you land in the right spot for the 8. Again, weird stroke there. I think I'm going to replay it just for the sake of the concept. He was uncomfortable, obviously. I've been in those spots, and his stroke completely fell apart, unfortunately. Now we've got a little bit of a safety battle going on here. A little bit of, look at this. Everything was so wide open, and now nothing. Nothing. Okay, so what he's doing, he's looking at pretty much like a straight line safety. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to link it right over here. Right over here, right over here. In one of those corners. So you just want to get straight on this, right? Because if you get straight on the 11, 13, the 13 ball, the orange 13 will stop the red 11. So when you hit the 11, it's going to immediately stop. So you can freeze the cue ball right on the 11. It makes it very easy. I would have tried to get a little straighter than that, Ron. A little straighter and a little closer to make it foolproof. But this is okay. And now just to freeze you on the 11 and push make some space. Yeah, exactly. Bingo. Now he might be able to see an edge of the 4. He might be able to see an edge of the 4 here. It looks like he can. And let's see if he can hold his stroke together, right? Because this is also going to be a pretty uncomfortable shot. Keep all the fundamentals together. All right, so he did have an eye on it. Stroke is a little strange, but there's no more water in that. You guys remind me. All right, so this is, I think you half ball safe or full ball kind of safe. This just, you hide behind the 13. There you go. It's just so touchy. Oh my God, he hit it perfectly. Hit it perfectly. Man, that shot scares me, man, because I've lost so many games shooting that freaking ball. And if that 13 ball is not there, Tim will probably have a pretty good safe. So he's gonna get ball in hand. That's probably a good shot. Unless the Ruski gets out right here. Ron could save him again. And these rules, and BCA rules, you're allowed to make a ball and call safe. Completely changes the fundamentals of this moment and these shots. And I'm not saying good, bad, or indifferent. It's just like playing a different version of chess or something like that, like with 2 knights. It's just a little different strategy. But in this case, if you make a ball, you have to play. So he can't just like make the 11 and call a safe and be good. So you have to try not to make the 11. And I think that's what he's gonna go for it. Let's see. Is he gonna try and break the 11? You could try and break the 11 and have a very good chance of getting safe. Or maybe he's just, yeah, there you go, never mind. He's just shaping up for the safe. This is good. The 8-ball's massive here, guys. If I didn't mention that before, the 8-ball's massive to hide the 4. Literally, most of the table is hidden from the 4-ball because of the 8. Oh, I hit this a little fuller than that because you're going to leave an edge. Yeah, I would have hit that fuller. I would have hit that fuller to bank it out instead of trying to cut it. And knowing where the cue ball is going to go when you're hitting an object ball, not at a pocket. When you're used to making balls and potting balls, you have a good feeling of where the cue ball goes. But when you are not aiming that stripe at anything and all you have to do is adjust the cut on just the ball itself, it makes it harder to see. Let's put it like that. And it comes with time. He's going to kick at this. I thought he could see a hair of this. Man. If you kick and hit the 8, huge target, the 2 of them are a huge target. And if you hit the 8 first, you're opening the whole game up. If you can see, maybe he can't see an edge of this 4-ball. If you can't see an edge of this 4-ball, maybe you kick it, right? And try and freeze up behind the 4-ball. At the very least, you kick from the short rail, not the way he's kicking. Kick from the short rail. Very huge chance to hit the 4 and not give up ball in hand. In this case, very high chance to give him ball in hand. Very high risk shot. But in this case, there's a very good chance you could freeze on the 4 if you kick from the short rail. Let's see what he does. 8-ball first. Oh, and made the 4. See? Huge risk going that way. I will say he did hold his stroke together, though. He didn't kind of poke and kind of lose fundamentals when he took the shot. It's because he's very good at kicking and banking. So maybe he's way more comfortable doing that than something else. And this is easy money. Don't need to call a timeout on Ron to show him how to shoot that. There's no water in this. Staying down, good fundamentals, not rushing anything. Ready for Vegas. I'm really hoping that we do not draw a ridiculous team. There are some ridiculous teams in Masters. I know there is. That was a good break, Ron. That was a good break. Very unfortunate turnout because you just made a stripe and no solids. So you are screwed, thanks to the APA rules. You might be able to cut this 11-ball. Don't pick your nose on camera, bro, no matter how big it is. You might be able to make this 11-ball on the bottom left. That's all you got. And you're reaching over the 6. Luckily, he's like 6'3", but still. Really hoping we come across a little bit of a softer team in Vegas because I think if you add all of our Fargos together, I think our robustness is probably less than 70, so the numbers aren't sharp. Their numbers aren't super accurate, but we might be around like 1350, 1400. And there's going to be some plus 2000s teams out there. Speaking of ridiculous teams, I just caught on the snap Anthony's training match. I caught a little bit of it. He was streaming, and now the video's on his channel. It's just them playing. You needed to make that ball, and if you would hit that thinner, cue ball would have ran further and a little straighter. You would have been straight on this 10 ball. Very good chance of getting out. Just had to figure out the 14. Anyways, I was watching them practice. Dude, those guys are so good, man. Check out that video. One of the racks, I don't know which one it is, Anthony runs all the way out, banks this 8-ball, and rattles it, and leaves the 8-ball hanging in the pocket, like dead pocket. And the other dude, Travis, a little scratch ski? No, we would have took it. Left himself kind of bad, though. Leaves the 8-ball right in the center of the pocket, and 2 of Travis's balls are on like either side of the 8, like a couple inches from the 8-ball, very close to the 8-ball. Nice shot, dude. And basically I see that and I'm like, there's no way he gets out because both of those balls are up there. You ain't gonna hide Anthony from that 8-ball, yada yada. The dude has 7 balls there and he runs it all the way out, man. You gotta see this. And maybe they play like that all the time. I just caught it, and I'm like, dude, how are we supposed to beat these guys in Vegas? Oh, man. Good stuff. I'll link to that video, man. It was a cool little practice session, something to put on the background. Definitely try and... man, he hit that freaking hard. Definitely at least catch that rack. And that was kind of all I caught. The rest of it might be, you know, who knows what, but... So let's see here, man. This is getting dicey. Right now, when I see the 3, 2, 1 down there, the blue 2, red 3, yellow 1, you got to move the 2 and theoretically shape one of the other ones down there. You got to move the 2 first, though. That's the first concept. Boom, there you go, and he got to it. So now that you're here, if you have a good draw stroke, I try and draw out of this and bump the 1 to shape the 3 down there, and maybe bump the 1 towards the side, or maybe not bump the 1, but the 1, if it has to, can go on the left side. But you're kind of entering kind of like no turning back point. You got to draw out and around this 3 ball. No draw at all. I mean, the 2 didn't bump the cue ball, and I know he missed it a little bit, but the cue ball went where he put it. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the plan was there. If he was trying to draw, it just didn't fire at all. And that's something I've brought up a couple times. I feel like some of these guys, man, you got to learn how to draw. You got to learn how to draw a couple feet when needed from that far away at this level. When needed. I know I draw too much a lot of the time, but... Oh, man, you just got to make that ball. That hurts. And now this is a little more open and a lot easier for him to run. Though the 14 ball's hankering him up a little bit here. He's got to shoot over the 14 ball. Wonder if we'll move the 14. Little bit. Little bit. Huh? Yeah, I was going to say, I think I shoot the 3 out of principle because to get away from that 14 ball. This is looking okay. Now you don't want to draw, right? Try and get it to that 1 ball goes in the top left. Ooh, did the 2 ball not go? Oh man, it left him kind of trashy. Left him kind of trashy. Man, like one of the only spots on the table. You got to bear down and make this 13 ball, I guess. Luckily, I mean, you got time because as long as you don't touch the 8, the 2 ball's not going anywhere. Tough shot. Oh, don't bump it. Don't bump it. Okay, bumped it safely at least. Unless he was just out for blood, then you gotta bump it, right? Because you gotta open it so you can get out. Bottom left to come back and move this 2 ball. He's been putting bottom outside on a lot of shots. Let's see if he stays down, holds the stroke together. The stroke stayed together, but it's not, I mean, I'm not here to judge and harp on Tim. But when you stroke, you want to follow through and hold it through. You don't want to poke, you know. Anyone who's teaching you to play will always tell you, stroke it, don't poke it. And that's huge. That was a poke. Which just means a lot of your spin's not going to carry over and things aren't going to do what they're supposed to do, and it's going to be hard to make adjustments. I don't know about this shot, Ron. Why are you leaving the 9 ball behind? Why are you leaving the 9 ball behind? It went in the right side. You could have took the 9 ball first and then shot the same shot you just took. All right, let's see what he does with the 9 ball then. Prove me wrong, Ruski. Ooh. Oof. Not enough topspin. Not enough topspin, and now you are SOL, brother. Man, after all that talking you up, dude, how you gonna do me like that? When the balls are frozen on the rail like that one was, and you're that straight, you have to be able to identify it. You got to use topspin. Now, granted, that was straight enough. Enough topspin might have put you in the pocket because these pockets are not small. But still, is this a little safety? Oh no, he was cutting it over there. Oh yeah, that'll work. A little two-way shot. Try and drag a forced error out of Tim. He was trying to cut that ball. That was a ball in hand run out, man. I think so, anyway. All right. Speaking of runouts, it's all open, dude. I'd take this 14. Obviously, the 14 ball is a shot, if you ask me. Stun into the short rail and come down to get on this 15 ball. So you don't need to hit this hard. Save the 9 for last. Oh, he was coming back for the 9. Curious. Oh, look at this. And you got the 9 ball side pocket shot that I wish you would have took with ball in hand. I'm just giving you crap, man. What's Tim gonna do here? Does that 2 ball go past the 14? Maybe with a little magic. Maybe with a little magicianry. Rob looks like he has an opinion. Does this squeeze in over here? All right, Ron. Time to pull your head out of your ace. So, I'll tell you right now, looking at this 15 ball, if you have to get to the 13 ball with it, you could, but I don't really like it because you're just going to go right towards the 13. And if you make a little bit of an adjustment not to, you're going to be very close to the 13. So if you're doing this, you need to stun over for the 13, way over, try and hit the long rail. Oh, that wasn't bad if you'd have made it. Ugh. Oh, man. Tim's out now, man. I mean, he should have been out an inning or two ago probably, but these guys run out of steam or what? Is he going to take it hill? It fits in there now, right? Right. Is he putting draw on it now? He is. Hey, look, he got some draw on that. I'll give him that. Is he going to get draw on this? He's bridging like he's chalking like those Brits with the backhand. Just dead stroke. Oh, he did not want to draw. That's fair. He's got a good follow stroke. Got to send this all the way down. I know you're looking directly at that side pocket, man, but you got to send this all the way down. Let's see it. Take it to the hill. To the hill. All right, man. Last break. Hill, hill. Straight in the sink. And only one ball came across the half-court line. Maybe the one ball. Ugh. All right, Ruski. What do you like? What do you like? I think I like stripes. Just because the blue 2, the orange 5, and the purple 4 are just, none of them really go. But the 10 ball, the blue 10 stripe goes, the 14 goes, the 13 and the 9 go, preferably if you move this 9 first, which it looks like he's about to do. Don't. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. A little bit of a miss there. He's going to shoot this 14 ball, which I like. I like this shot. He should probably hit that 8 ball. Fall. Oh, man. Rough. Because, man, he would have the 15, then the 11, then the 10, probably. And then try and push that 13 ball out and hope Tim don't get out. But Tim's back at the table. And it's a good thing he put that 14 ball in there, right, to kind of block up the 3. That was definitely the best shot, I think. Pounded it to try and get some shape, try and get something out. Don't know if he did. Looks like he's got the 4 ball in the top right or the orange 5 in the right center. Going for the 5. This is okay. Take control of the pocket. Because right now, the 13, the orange 13, the red 3 solid, and the 14 green stripe, they make a nice little combo. So that's a pattern that I identify for Ron right now, because the 13 ball is kind of screwy, and that could crack all that open for you, and it's in your control, you know. What he gets from this is taking away that opportunity, so it freezes the 13 again, makes the 13 ball weird. Right now, 13 ball's not weird because you can combo. And he's taking his sweet time, man. We are hill. He knows that Ron can get out. He's going to go spear fishing. That'll work. Now you just take the 13 ball right now. Hopefully you make it, Ruski. Just got to take this thing right now. As far as shape goes, this could get ugly. You could hit this, it's straight enough and it's a full ball enough that you can hold the cue ball there, you know, just kind of roll this and try and save yourself for the 10. Because if you get the 10 off of this shot, the blue 10 stripe, then you're done. Then you're done, boys. Make this ball, though. Ugh. I wonder if, like, he's frustrated that he missed that, you know? I don't blame him. I wonder if he was kind of cheating that a little bit because he wanted to get the cue ball out for the 15, which I think the cue ball should have sat right straight line with the 10, basically. Now we're in trouble. Oh, he rolled forward. You did not want to roll forward on that, Tim. You wanted to always try and keep the cue ball center table when you have this many balls sitting out, unless you got something specific going on. Because of the combo, I always try and keep them center table because you never know where that other ball's going to land. You don't want to end up here with nothing. And boom, looks like Rusi's going to get a chance to come back to the table unless he pulls something out his ace. Let's see, combo the 2 on the side. He's probably going to hit this hard. Oh, man. Is he fixing his stance for the windup? Don't you APA slam this. Oh, he did APA slam it. Well, I said it didn't come up very often, but is this going to win him this game? The 4 ball is the easier shot, but the 2 ball, if you can make the 2, you're done. Very good chance of being done anyway, unless I'm shooting. Oh man, why'd you hit it so hard? Why'd you want to come over here? You wanted to just stay straight. That was an interesting choice, Tim. That was an interesting choice. Cut the 2 now. Now he's feeling invincible. Sorry, I hear you made the 2. Cut the 4. Oh, combo. Man, look at this. If he'd have made that, oh my gosh. Kind of tomfoolery. Got no water. Need some of Josh Powell's sponsored Powerade. Shout out to that dude. I always watch his matches. He's cool. He is a better player than me. I caught a couple of his matches recently, man. He's shooting good. But let's see. Stop shot. Okay, that's good too. That's good too. Okay. Now this, kind of a stop shot. Kind of try and get pretty much center between these balls, and then we got to kind of make a decision here. That's pretty good. Which one of these do you guys shoot? Stop right now and think about it. You'll have a couple seconds. You don't have to actually stop it. Do you shoot the orange 13 first? Or do you shoot the 14 first? Down here. That's what Ron's thinking about. I think one is better than the other. I think this is the right shot. Oh man, he's back and forth. This is never good. He's indecisive. He's gonna go this way. He's gonna go this way. And I'm gonna say, let's talk about it. So here's my reasoning. I like the 13 because I know he's gonna stun, probably, and try and hold it. And if you try and hold the 14, you're gonna lose it, just like I pointed towards the 8 ball, and very big chance that you're gonna get hooked. The 13, your window is so wide to hold it and still see the 14, but the other way you could lose the 13. So that's why I said, let's do it this way. And look, he held it very nicely, right? And still got pretty much perfect on this 14 ball. And now, if it's dead straight, stop shot, you're done. Stop shot 8 in the side. And if it's not, I think I mentioned this in the timeout. And if it's not, then you just stun out and put the 8 in the left side. Oh, that hurt me right in my soul. Hurt me right in my soul, man. He didn't get a good backspin on that. He didn't get good draw. I'll say that, because he usually gets better draw than that. He kind of lost it a little bit, kind of rolled forward on it. But here we are. So this is a pretty safe shot. Shooting the 7 is going to leave Ron wide open if you miss. This way, it's not going to leave him open if you miss. This is a nice little 2-way. Oh my gosh, never mind. He's pounding it. I did not expect that. I thought he was just going to roll it to hide down there by the 1. I don't know what the thought process there was. All right, man. Come on, dude. Buckle up. Bear down. Make this ball. This is not that hard of a shot. Don't put it on a pedestal. You can go top or bottom. You're going to have shape on the A ball all day long. And that's why draw is harder to aim, because little goofy stuff like that can happen that will just make you miss by a hair. which is why in those moments, man, I feel like I like to top or natural, because then you can just shoot the 8 down there, or if you run too far, it'll end up somewhere. But that's all right. You left him long. No way he pounds this again, right? Because you just need to roll forward a little bit for the one, a little further for the other ball. There you go. Ah. All right, Ron. Now you got stuck with a hard shot. If you ain't making the last one, and the one before that, just got to make this, man, because the cue ball is naturally going to shape this 8 ball, goes in 5 pockets on this table, then you're fine. Just make it. Oh, dude. Oh, it hurts. Oh, dude, now Tim's definitely out. The two of these guys just quit. Come on, man. We got another match to watch. Let's go. Stop shot. Draw back. One of them you got to draw back to get to the one. No draw there. He hit that really hard, which makes me think he was trying to draw. Maybe. This one now you have to draw, right? You have to draw out of this. And yes, you could draw too far, but I have not seen that sort of action out of Tim yet today. You got to draw out of this. Got to be able to draw. These guys, man, and I get that I do lean on draw a little much. On a 7-foot table, I feel like you can really get by using draw a lot, probably because I watch too much Ultimate Pool. But you need it for some situations, right? He needed it right there. He needed it there twice. I mean, yeah, you could have totally spun it all the way around the tip. Is he going to get safe? Okay. Here's a harder version of the shot you just missed, Ron. Come on, dude. Let's go. But there's times where you need it, right? And if you can't do it, you're literally handicapped. Like, you know, it's like you're trying to make a burger, but you got no buns. Like, yeah, it's still pretty good with lettuce, protein style, but if you're making a real burger, you need buns, man. You need to be able to draw. It needs to be there. At this level in the game, it has to be there. There we go. There we go. Let's go, man. Let's go. Now, my boy's done missing 8 balls, so you know this one's in. There we go. And here we have errors per rack. Now, you guys tell me what you think of these stats. Personally, it gives me a good idea of how I'm shooting between less than 1 to like 4 innings errors per rack. Completely different types of play happening in there in that situation. Tim did have another sloppy shot in there that I missed, but regardless. Only 2 slop shots across 7 racks, and people talk about APA being too sloppy. Whatever. Ron played a lot of safeties in that one. Not all of them worked out. He got a couple forced errors out of him, but yeah. Tell me what you guys think. Again, if you see us in Vegas, because I don't know how long it's going to take for this to come out, you better stop by and say what's up. And make sure you give Ron a hard time for missing so many of this damn 10 ball, man. Hey, till next time, guys. Keep shooting.